Within 2 years, he managed Luna coin with an issue price of 12 cents to $119.55 apiece. The combined market value of UST as a stable coin, under its ecology, exceeded $14 billion. The project attracted a host of bigwigs to invest, such as Jia Chongping, who is founder of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange Binance, and Sun Yukon, who auctioned off the opportunity to dine with Warren Buffett. Unexpectedly, the project collapsed in just a few days, and countless people lost their fortunes as the coin price shrank 600,000 times in a month. How did this project, known as the Private Federal Reserve, come to an end? How did all this happen when his once ideal became the nightmare of 260,000 people? How to make your wealth grow faster is not a big puzzle. The answer is quite simple: either work hard to earn more, or make more successful investments. The former is to work hard to make money. If their own startups do well and go public offering, they can achieve wealth independence. The latter is to put money into areas where you can earn more money, such as financial management and a variety of investment projects. Some people speculate on a stock, but most people generally choose to do mild wealth management. Return is what wealth management and small-scale investment are about. Do Kwon and his team's initial design is to make users get 19% minus 20% super high rate of return on crypto deposits. The return outperformed many peers' stablecoin usury returns. Ordinary retail investors can hardly refuse such a high rate of return, so some people say that can't anyone see the Ponzi scheme in it. This is hard to say, but many participants are convinced that they will be the first users to profit and leave the bag. The entire Terra ecology began to spread like wildfire. Majority in the world are sensible. Unfortunately, those who can still maintain their sanity in front of interests and ideals are the minority. Many people are crazy for profit, but also many people dedicate themselves for ideals. Tr's ambition and madness lies in setting the stablecoin model as a socially experimental two-coin stable-driven model, which is the first of its kind in stablecoins and roadshows and promotions, just as meaningful as the birth of Bitcoin. This future model and promotion approach of stablecoin in Bitcoin gives a lot of longing and anticipatio. And who wouldn't want to buy a lot of cheap Bitcoin of a few cents at the beginning with a small amount of money? The propaganda which say that chances will be gone and history will not repeat itself, and the seductive model shift the entire digital asset industry. To add fuel to the flaming project, Do Kwon partnered with crypto industry Pole Alga to bet $1 million on whether Luna's price could stand above $88 in a year's time. Do Kwon asked to raise the bet to $10 million later. After a media blitz, more traders were attracted to join it. Do Kwon wants to be a subversive rather than a duplicator? Although everyone who starts a business says so, very few of them actually get off the ground. UST's persona is a more useful dollar. If one can run a bank, who would want to be a creditor? If one can issue money, no one would work hard to run a bank. Terra wants to be a subversive and leader in the stablecoin market. Different from the two largest decentralized stablecoins in the digital currency industry, USDT and USDC, Terra is not bound to institutions such as commercial banks, nor does it provide collaterals for listing. It realizes both the role of central bank in note issuance and commercial bank in financing circulation intermediary. Then, the so-called Private Federal Reserve was born. Terra uses a dual token drive, UST and Luna. In Terra ecology, normally the value of 1 UST equals 1 United States dollar, which is the first level relationship of the whole empire. Secondly, 1 UST equals 1 Luna, with USD as the center. It forms a seesaw with UST on the left and Luna on the right. Terra's balance, perfect and fragile ecology is thus established. How to maintain the balance between the two ends? If 1 UST rises to $1.10 due to supply and demand or any reason, it will obviously imbalance, so the market spontaneously buys a Luna to convert to UST. The UST supply increases, the price falls back to $1 and those involved in the transaction gain 10 cents. The process of buying a Luna to convert to UST is actually burning Luna to achieve a stable UST at 1 United States dollar. Similar to many fiat currency exchange rates that are pegged to the US dollar, as Hong Kong dollar pegged to the US dollar, Terra's role is equivalent to that of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. Terra's dual currency anchored stablecoin model has the central bank, governing body, and commercial banks, all on their own. Terra's model is unprecedented and new, a perfect model that has captured the hearts of many digital currency investors. Terra was born with the face of an angel and the heart of a devil. Let's summarize the mechanism of its stablecoin. UST is generally the equivalent of $1, just like US dollar pegged to gold as we had mentioned. 1 UST equals $1. UST is anchoring mechanism is dual current. Why destruction and minting? First, the UST supply is anchored to a constant value of $1 through a two-way destruction minting with Luna. However, Luna is only a project coin of UST, which determines another devil other than an angel. As long as it is a project coin, it is free to rise or fall. In principle, 1 UST equals $1. There are two cases not included. One is greater than 1, such as $1.10. In this case, the market participant sees this situation and uses $1 Luna to get 1 UST, then sells this 1 UST to get $1.10, and the participant gets a profit of 10 cents. Another situation is less T on 1, such as 90 cents. At this time, market participants see this situation and use 90 cents to buy 1 UST to get $1 worth of Luna, and then sell the Luna to get $1, making a profit of 10 cents as well. Such a round is in fact practicing an arbitrage mechanism, where the theoretical gains include the system's casting fees and transaction costs, which in practice will probably not fully cover the costs. See image. Anyone with common sense should find the shortcomings of the above model. After all, there are still many professionals like Soros and institutions with a lot of money in the traditional financial market. Do quant investors use a high degree of control in so-called market value meant to try to solve these problems, the Achilles heel of whole project? It is very common in the traditional financial market, which is similar to a fund that spends $100 million in real money to control a small cap stock with a market value of $1 billion. Then the institution splits and sells it to folk traders at a market value of $1 billion. If folk traders want to cash out and sell, finally still only worth $100 million. Equivalent to a stock worth of $1, you buy and spend $10, when countless traders costing $10 want to sell, it is still decent when you can sell at the net worth of $1. This is leverage, and the perfection of high leverage stacking time design is an ideal state. Anyway, the model worked, and the two-wheel drive stablecoin model swept the cryptocurrency world. The price of Luna rocketed, listing at an 80 cents market price, and $1.70 on July the 26th, 2019. By the end of July 2021, Luna came to more than $30, and the return on investment in Luna generally reached a 9,000% yield. Duquan said, "The empire does not consider how to attract users, but Terra needs to keep fueling the fire in order to burn more and more." When the price of Luna began to pull up after the stalemate phase, Duquan team issued a proposal to destroy 8,867.5 completed Luna was passed. The price of Luna, from around $50 eventually doubled to $103. The first price peak came, also the death warrant of first craziness.
Follow us and learn to be a smart trader.